Hi, good evening, friends. It is the second lecture of the assignment problems. Here we are going to solve the numericals problems based on the assignment. So the first problem, using the following cost matrix, determine optimal job assignment. And second, the cost of the assignment. Here the matrix is given. So let's solve that. So step one, write the matrix as it is. And here we are seeing that number of rows is equal to your number of the column. So it is in a balanced type assignment problems. So write the job number J1, J2, J3, J4, J5 and machine number A, B, C, D and E. Write the given values 1, 3, 3, 2, 8, 9, 7, 8, 2, 7, 7, 5, 6, 2, 4, 3, 5, 8, 2, 4 and remaining row is 9, 1, 9, 6, 1. It is mistake, it is your 1. It is mistake in your problem. It is 1. Now let's solve it by the Hungarian method. So step 1, you have to find in a row minimum value. Row minimum value means that we have to find the minimum value from the respective row. So in this row minimum value is your 1. In this row we are having the minimum value as a 2. In this row you are having the minimum value as a 2. In this row you are having minimum value as, again as a 2. Here you are having minimum value as a 1. So now you have to subtract this row minimum value from the respective element of that row. So you are going to get the matrix as so 1 minus 1 is your 0, 3 minus 1 2, 3 minus 1 2, 2 minus 1 1 and 8 minus 1 is a 7. 1 minus 1 0, 3 minus 1 2, 3 minus 1 2, 2 minus 1 1, 8 minus 1 as a 7. So in this next row as it is 9 minus 2 7, 7 minus 2 5, 8 minus 2 6, 2 minus 2 0, 7 minus 2 5. In next row 7 minus 2 5, 5 minus 2 3, 6 minus 2 4, 2 minus 2 0, 4 minus 2 2, 3 minus 2 1, 5 minus 2 3, 8 minus 2 6, 2 minus 2 0, 4 minus 2 as a 2. Next row 9 minus 1 8, 1 minus 1 0, 9 minus 1 8, 6 minus 1 7, 1 minus 1 so 6 minus 1 it is 5, 1 minus 1 0. You get the matrix as it is. Now as shown below here. Now next step 2. In step 2 you have to do column operation, same we did as in the row operation. Now initially first write the matrix as it is. The matrix as it is 0 2 2 1 7, 7 5 6 0 5, 5 3 4 0 2, 1 3 6 0 2, 8 0 8 5 0. Here it is your J1, J2, J3, J4, J5, A, B, C, D and E. Now we have to select the minimum value from the row, from the column. So in this column we are having a minimum value as a 0. In this you are having 0. In this column you are having minimum value as a 2. In this you are having as a 0. In this you are having as a 0. So you are going to get a matrix as now you have to subtract the elements of that column with the minimum value of that. So 2 0 minus 0 as it is, since it is in a 0, we are going to subtract in a column with the 0, so the element value of the column will remain as it is. So writing as it is 7 5 1 8. In the column 2 again we are going to subtract within a 0. While subtracting we will get the same value, so writing as it is 2 5 3 3 0. In the third column we are going to subtract by the 2, so 2 minus 2 0, 6 minus 2 4, 4 minus 2 2, 6 minus 2 4, 8 minus 2 as a 6. Again here we are going to subtract by 0, so element value will remain as it is, so 1 0 0 0 5. Again in the fifth column we are going to subtract it by 0, so the column matrix will remain as it is, 7 5 2 2 0. So you got the matrix here, A B C D E, J1 J2 J3 J4 and J5. Now in the step 3, now coming to the step 3, write the matrix as it is. It is your 0 2 0 5 4 0 5 5 3 2 0 2 1 3 4 0 2 8 0 6 5 0. Here is your J1 J2 J3 J4 and J5. Here it is your A B C D and E. Now in the step 3 we are going to perform the row and in a column operation in this matrix only, but we are going to perform it in a sequence way. First we have to perform the row operation. How you have to perform this row operation? You have to see the 0 value. Now in this row the number of 0 is your 1 and here 2. Since we are having in a 20% here, so you have to skip this row, this row and come to the next row. Now in this row you are having single 0, so cover it. While covering, cancel that column. Okay, now come to the next row. Again you are having none of the 0, so you have to skip that row. Again you have to move to the next row. Again you will see 1 3 4 and 2. Okay, you are having none of the 0, so you have to move to the next row. Now you are seeing here there is a 20% 1 and 2, so you have to skip this row. So now my row operation is over. Now I have to go for the column operation. Now same procedure you have to follow. See here, in this number of 0 is your 1, so you have to cover it and cancel that row now. Okay, now come move to the second column. In the second column number of 0 is your again 1, so select that and cancel that row. Now move to the third column. Here again none of the 0 is present, so move to the next column. Again here none of the 0 is present, so skip the part. Okay, now from here you will see the number of allocated value is your how much, 1 2 and 3, but number of the element value is your number of row or number of column is your 5. Since it is not equal, so optimization is not reached, so I have to go for the step 4. What is there on step 4? See this value. From this value which is not cancelled, from that you have to select the minimum value. You have to select the minimum value is your 1. You have to circle it, and wherever there is an intersection of horizontal and vertical cancellation line, see here it is a horizontal cancellation line, here it is your vertical cancellation line, here it is your intersection point. And in this intersection point you have to add the minimum value here. You have to add the minimum value in this element, more often you will see that here also is a intersection point. Here also you have to add this value here. Okay, and in a respective element which is not has been cancelled, you have to, from that you have to subtract this minimum value. Okay, and which get cancelled out but haven't taken part in a intersection point, you have to keep the element as it is in the step 4. So writing in a matrix, in step 4, say here it is in a 0 which had taken part in a cancellation but not in an intersection. Intersection is this point, so you have to keep this element as it is 0. Again here same thing, 2, same thing, 0, but here he had taken part in a intersection, so I have to add the minimum value here. So 1 plus 1 is your 2, again 7 as it is. Now here he haven't taken part in a cancellation, so I have to subtract the minimum value from here. So 7 minus 1 is your 6, 5 minus 1 is your 4, 4 minus 1 3, 0 will be as it is. Okay, say 5 minus 1 4, again 5 minus 1 4, 3 minus 1 2, 2 minus 1 1, 0 will remain as it is. Okay, 2 minus 1 1, again 1 minus 1 is your 0, 3 minus 1 2, 4 minus 1 is your 3, 0 will remain as it is, 2 minus 1 1. Now 8 will remain as it is, 0 as it is, 6 as it is, but 5 we have to add with 1, so 6, and here it is 0 as it is. Okay, now again you have to move to the step 1. In that what you did, first write the j value 3 4 5 a b c d and e. Again you have to find in a row minimum value and row maximum value. So here row minimum value, here minimum value in each row you are going to get as a 0. So while subtracting in an element with 0, it makes no change in a matrix, so the matrix will remain as it is. Also if you will see in a minimum value of the column is again 0 0, so it makes no change in a matrix. So we will move to the step 5. So coming to the step 5. This is my step 4. Coming to the step 5. In step 5, write the matrix as it is. Zero, here it is your J1, J2, J3, J4, J5. Here it is your A, B, C, D and E. Now in the step 5 you have to perform in a row and in a column operation in a same matrix. So which is your column? Now first you have to go for the row operation in a sequence way. So you have to see in a 0 value. Here it is coming twice, so you have to skip this row. Now move to the second row. Here it is coming once, so you have to cover it and cancel that respective column. Okay, now move to the next row. It is 4 2 1, it is get cancelled out, so remaining is 1. So there is none of the single 0, so you have to skip this row and move to the next row. Now you will see here 0 2 3 0, these get cancelled out, remaining 1. So here it is only single digit, single 0%. So select it and cancel that respective row. Okay, now come to the next row. Here you are having only 1 0 2 0, you have to it is present, so you have to skip that row and move now to the column operation. In a column operation, select this column and say see in a 0 value how much time it is present. So since it is present only once, so you have to cover it and cancel that row now. Okay, now move to the next column. Here it is only once it is present. Here you will see only once it is present, so you have to select it and cancel that row. Okay, again if you will see, then optimization haven't reached. Okay, since because the number of allocated values are 1 2 3 4, but number of the element values, number of row or number of column is your 5. So again we have to move to the our optimization haven't reached, so again we have to move to the step 6. In the step 6, same procedure you have to follow. Select the minimum value from the these elements. Here is your 1, you cover it with the circle. Okay, now wherever there is an intersection point, you have to add this value, and wherever there is no cancellation, you have to subtract this value. So here it is intersection point, you have to add the minimum value here. So 0 plus 1 is your 1, 2 is just cancel out, so remaining as a 2 only. 0 as it is, here is the intersection point, so I have to subtract this value. So 2 minus 1 is your 1. 7 will remain as it is. 6 will remain as it is. 4, he haven't taken part in the cancellation, so I have to subtract this value from minimum value. 4 minus 1 is your 3. Now 3 minus 1 2, 0 will remain as it is. 4 minus 1 is your 3. 4 here remain as it is. Okay, 2 minus 2 minus 1 1, 1 minus 1 is a 0, 0 will remain as it is. Now 1 minus 1 0. Okay, now here is 0, he haven't taken part in a intersection, so it will remain as it is. 0, he haven't taken part in a cancellation, so it will, we have to subtract this value from the minimum value. So 2 minus 1 1, here is 3 minus 1 2, 0 will remain as it is. In the 1, here you have to subtract it to 1 minus 1 0. Now in the fifth row, here it is an intersection point, so I have to add the value. So 8 plus 1 is your 9. Here 0 as it is. Here again 6 as it is. Here it is the intersection point, so I have to add the value. 6 plus 1 7, 0 will remain as it is. Now move to the next step. Write the element matrix as it is. What you had got? The 12017, 12017, here it is 63203, 63203, here it is 41000, here it is 01200, here it is 90670. Okay, this is your J1, J2, J3, J4, J5. Here it is your A, B, C, D and E. Now again we have to go for the row and the column operation. Again basically first you have to go for the step 1, that is you have to find in a minimum value and subtract that value. Since we are having in each row we are having in a 0 value, so if you're going to subtract in an element within a minimum value, that is 0, we are going to get in a same matrix. So basically skip that part and move to the row and the column operation. In the row operation, first we will go for the row operation. In this you have to select in a 0 value. How much time it is coming? It is coming only once, so you have to cover it and you have to cancel that respective column. Again move to the second row. Here it is coming once, you have to cover it and cancel that respective column. Again here if you will see it's coming once, so cover it and cancel that respective column. Again if you will see in the fourth row it is coming once, you select it and cancel that respective column. Again if you'll see in the fifth row it is coming once, select it and cancel that respective column. So now if you'll see, now you have how much allocated value is there? 1 2 3 4 5. So 5 is equal to, see, number of the what is the row, number of rows and number of column is your 5. Since it is equal, so the optimization is reached. So now I'll move to the next step. I think so it is 7. Oh sorry, it is your step 7. This is my step 8. In your step 8, right here job value, select the, take the question. Here it is your machine, here it is your job, and here it is your time. In the question he haven't mentioned, also he had mentioned in a cost, so here it will be your cost. Machine, job, and here it is your cost. So write the machine number A, B, C, D and E. Now job value, where we got the allocated cell for the for job A. For job A I got the allocated cell in the machine 3. In the machine 3 I got the allocated cell, so I have to write that in the machine 3, J3. Okay, for the job 2 I got the allocated cell in job 4, in machine 4, so write that J4. For the C, machine C, I got the allocated cell in J5, so write it J5. In D I got the allocated cell in job 1. In E I got the allocated cell in job 2. Okay, now from the question, for the machine A, for machine A job is J3, cost is 3, write it here 3. For B, J4, for B it is J4, here it is 2, so you have to write it 2. B J4, so it is 2. C J5, C here and J5 is your here, so you have to write this value as here. For D it is J1, for D it is J1, job 1, time cost is 3. For machine E, it is job 2 is done, so for machine E job 2, time taken is 1, write it here 1. So count it, 3 2 5 4 9 3 12 1 13. So total cost is 13. So thus it's completed. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much.